I'm a low-time pilot. I got my license for the main purpose of traveling places. For those who have ever thought about starting their training, or for those who have their ticket but haven't ventured beyond local flights, I encourage you to take that next step. I wish to show you the new world that opens up when you use your plane instead of a car or commercial flight. You can be more comfortable, more amazed, and more in touch with the country. Explore attractions and sights you never would have seen or considered before. If sharing my experiences can inspire you in any way, I invite you to go fly yourself. In this episode, we've decided to head to Durango, Colorado for the weekend. In lieu of a 5-hour car trip, a reasonable 2.5-hour flight in my 172 will get us there refreshed and in time to take in some sights. My VFR flight plan has us leaving Springs East and crossing La Vida Pass and Cumbres Pass. Despite all appropriate weather planning, we encountered low clouds over La Vida Pass, so I made a slight deviation over Mosca Pass. At 11,500 feet, it's easy to peer into the San Luis Valley and determine all is clear before getting anywhere near committing to crossing over. Cumbres Pass was equally uneventful, but just as scenic. As I sit in these surprisingly comfortable vintage seats, I'm always thankful for not being crammed in a tube with crying babies, coughing adults, and an undeniable realization that civility has truly broken down. By calling ahead, the fine folks at AV Flight were able to arrange a rental car to be waiting planeside. Fixed Base Operators, or FBOs, are essentially the airport terminals for private aviation. They employ mechanics and general service personnel in many a small community. In fact, a recent study finds that general aviation supports more than 1.1 million jobs across the U.S. and creates $246 billion of yearly economic impact. After a short 20-minute drive into town, we grabbed some tasty lunch at Steamworks Brewing Company and did some reconnaissance of Main Avenue. I scoped out the historic Stratter Hotel for a return trip in the evening. It was then time for our reservation to soak at the Durango Hot Springs. The property is divided into family-friendly and adult-only halves. Various pools of different temperatures dot the hillside, giving us relaxing views of the setting sun, warmly illuminating the adjacent rocky outcroppings. After checking into the Holiday Inn Express, we made the short walk to Chimayo for dinner, and were not disappointed. They apparently cook all their dishes in their wood ovens. Being careful not to skip dessert, we then headed over to the Stratter for a nightcap. Sadly, we just missed the live music in the saloon, but the ambiance of an 1880s-era watering hole was still great to imbibe. A trip through the historic lobby was also not to be missed. A peaceful morning view of the Animas River, right outside the hotel room, made me wish I had brought my fly rod. A note for next time. It was on to a quick breakfast in the vintage-feeling Oscar's Cafe. Being that the weather was forecast to be nice all day, we could be a little flexible on our departure time. We made our way through the various shops along Main Avenue, including an impromptu leather coat purchase at Overland, the folks that outfit Kevin Costner in Yellowstone. At the end of the road lies the train station. The historic Durango Silverton steam train was on interseasonal break, but we will surely be back to try that out. Sadly, the time had come to return home. As we moved relatively fast over the varied mesas and forests of the Mountain West landscape, I couldn't help but be satisfied by having used my plane for its main intended purpose: personal travel and exploration. If you've ever felt that urge, I implore you to go fly yourself.